Welcome back to my channel and happy day 2 of Vlogmas. For day 2 of Vlogmas, I figured I would do a little get to know me. I posted a question box over on my Instagram stories and over on TikTok, and I'm going to answer all those questions. Let's start with just the basics. I live just outside of Chicago. I was born in Seattle, but grew up just outside of Chicago. I have a dog named Gus. He's an Anatolian Shepherd St. Bernard mix, and he will be 10 next month. I also have a son, Amos. Should I have said him first? Oh well, whatever. Gus was my first son. I also have a son named Amos, and he will be 15 months at the end of this month. I am a Gemini. My birthday is May 22nd. I'm 37 years old. I own a wedding planning and wedding floral business. My sister and I started it like 12 years ago at this point, and I'm super proud of what we managed to build from literally nothing. I'll answer more questions about our business later on in this video. Those are the basics. So I got this question a couple times, like a variation of this question, but just in general, it was, what do you like most about content creating? What made you decide to become a content creator? Let's start with like imposter syndrome. And I don't necessarily feel like a content creator, even though if I'm creating content, I'm a content creator. I know. But what made me want to start? Honestly, I've wanted to start a YouTube channel for like over 10 years at this point, but I've always been too scared. I talk myself out of it. And that's sort of like the overarching theme of my life is I am afraid to put myself out there, afraid to be seen, afraid of judgment, and it holds me back a lot in life. And having my son actually is the catalyst for a lot of this stuff, and me just deciding to just go all in and actually try this time. And I'm glad I have, because I have over 70,000 friends on TikTok, and that's awesome. And yeah, I guess like as a 37-year-old, I would say if you're like in your 20s and you're wanting to start doing something like this, if you feel drawn to it and it lights you up inside, do it. And don't wait, because there are so many times where I kick myself and I'm like, if I had started 10 years ago, just imagine where I'd be. You don't want that kind of regret. So there's some advice. And I got this one a couple times, and I get it. People love tea, right? Why did you and your ex break up? The like actual reason I ended it, when I ended it on New Year's Eve 2 years ago, was because he was cheating on me. Shocker. But looking back at the relationship, I knew for months that I needed to end it, and I was just stalling because I didn't want to go through the pain of a breakup. At the end of the day, it was a toxic relationship, and I overlooked a lot of red flags that I wish I hadn't, because those were all the reasons we ended up breaking up. So, okay, another piece of advice is if you're starting a new relationship and there are red flags, don't ignore them, because odds are that person's not going to change. Is Amos's dad involved? And if so, what's my relationship with him like? He is very involved at this point. So when I first found out I was pregnant, he didn't want me to keep it. I knew I was gonna keep the pregnancy. So it was a rocky start, definitely, but he is very involved. He lives in a different state, but we travel back and forth and make it so that they can see each other like every other week. So yeah, it's good. What's my relationship with him like at this point? I've known him for over 10 years at this point, like going on 20. So we were friends, we were in a relationship, that relationship ended because of long distance, and he's just sort of a person who I always find myself coming back to for whatever reason. But right now we are great friends, and we're doing a great job of co-parenting. I know it's not as juicy as the person who asked this probably hoped for, but that's where we are. He's a great dad to our son, and honestly, I'm lucky because I know there could be so much drama, and I'm so grateful that I don't have that. Do you want to start dating? Are you dating? What's dating with such a young baby like at this point? Those were a few questions I got. I'm not dating, and I'm not in a place where I even want to right now. I was really struggling with postpartum depression pretty much this whole last year. It got rough in there over the summer when like it was wedding season. I was in the thick of it. It got pretty rough in there, and I can't imagine dating feeling like that, and I definitely didn't want to. It's like the furthest thing from my mind. And I'm totally happy with that. Also, dating sucks. I'm also not in a good place with like my body, and then trying to date with those feelings and issues that I'm having with that. It's not a good time to date. Kid or not, like whether I had Amos or not, it's just not a good time. But yeah, I also do have fears around dating and bringing somebody potentially into my life because of Amos. That terrifies me for like multiple reasons. Just like introducing him to somebody who might not potentially be in my life forever, and what that might do to Amos, and just fears about bringing a stranger into his life. So yeah, not dating, no desire to date right now. I don't even like think in like a year I would be ready, but never say never. We'll see. How did I start my business? So my sister and I started it together. We were actually planning her first wedding. We were planning her first wedding back in 2010. Yeah, back in 2010. Pretty sure it was 2010. Wow. I had just finished college. We were working in the same call center together. My cubicle was literally right behind hers. And when the phones were slow, we would like wheel out of our cubicles and talk to each other. And at that point in time, we were like planning her wedding together. She had worked in corporate events previously. It was just a very natural thing that we loved, hosting events, throwing events, helping our friends decorate for parties, like little things like that. And when we planned her wedding, we were just like, we're actually really good at this, and this would be like an awesome career. We were sort of like joking about it, like, oh, that would be so fun, like daydreaming, you know? We were coming off the busy season at the call center we were at. Towards the end of that job, we both hated it. And there were lots of conversations like, what are we gonna do? What should we do? I don't wanna work here forever. I don't wanna get stuck here. You know, those kind of conversations. And we were both like, let's just try. Like, let's just start an event, but like an event company. I remember sitting in her spare bedroom at her apartment, and we came up with a name, bought a domain name. I remember that day I had like $13 in my bank account. I was broke. So when I say we started from nothing, we literally started from nothing. I had tons of student loan debt, still do. And yeah, I had $13 in my bank account. We scrounged up the money to buy a domain name, started building a website, and started hustling and grinding and building our business. In the beginning, we literally would do anything for anybody. We didn't even need you to pay us. We just wanted to get pictures of our work to put on our website. That's like advice I would give to anybody wanting to start any type of business like that. You need a portfolio. You need something that people can see, like, oh, our styles align. Oh, they have done this a handful of times at least. We knew we needed to build up our website and get pictures of weddings and other events and stuff. So we would do baby showers, we would do bridal showers, birthday parties. At the time, my mom was going to this CrossFit gym, and the owners of it were getting married, and she was like, my daughters are starting this event company, and they would love to help you with your wedding. And we literally did their planning for free. And I even think we did their flowers, and they just paid for like the cost of the flowers. So we didn't make any money, but we learned a lot, and we got pictures for our portfolio. That was huge for us. So just like slowly building that up. And I will say though, as soon as you can start charging, charge, and do not give discounts. And your friends and family should want to pay full price. I'm just going to sprinkle advice throughout this whole vlog. So yeah, that's how we started our business. I am always happy to talk about our business and answer questions about, like, people will DM me and ask questions like, I want to do X, Y, or Z. Would you like recommend doing this or this? Or how would you do this? And I love answering questions like that because that kind of advice is invaluable and it's hard to come by when you're first starting out. And I know that I would have killed to have been able to ask somebody who's been doing something similar to what we were doing for over a decade and they were just willing to help me. I would have killed for that. So I like being able to answer questions like that for people. So maybe at some point I'll make a whole video and just compile all the questions I've ever been asked on like my TikTok and stuff and make it like all about my business. If you would like that, let me know in the comments. I get this in my comments often too, is what is my race? My mom is white. She's Irish and German. My dad was mixed, black and white. Don't really know much else about what like exactly his parents were or anything. So yeah, I'm mixed, black and white. A lot of questions about my weight loss journey. How much weight have I lost? As of this morning, I'm down 28 pounds, which is so exciting. My like big goal was 100. Ultimately, I would love to like get under 200. That would be so awesome. Couldn't even tell you the last time I was under 200. Being pregnant and postpartum depression and anxiety hit me hard, and I gained so much weight. Like at my highest, I was almost 50 pounds heavier than when I got pregnant. And like, it's so easy. If you've ever been on a weight loss journey, you get it, but it's so easy to forget that 28 pounds is a lot of weight. Like, that's a lot of weight to lose. I'm over a quarter of the way to my goal. It's like, you have to keep this stuff in perspective. And I'm somebody who like, I like instant results. I want and I need instant results. And that's just not practical, obviously. Questions about if I am or if I would do Ozempic or like a GLP-1. I would do it in a heartbeat, but my insurance won't cover it. And out of pocket, even with the discounts, it's over like $600 a month. And I'm literally a single mom and a small business owner, and I can't afford that. So if I get if at any point my insurance does cover it, yes, I will be on that in a heartbeat. My doctor tried to get it for me and my insurance would not budge. But yeah, I would love to. I know so many people who have been super successful with it. I think it's an incredible tool. If you can use that tool, great. Like, I'm all for it, and I hope that I can use it soon. And just one person asked this and it was hilarious. Does the infinity hoop really work? Be honest. So the infinity hoop is that like weighted hula hoop that you wear around your waist, and like it's a workout tool, and I would use it, and the comments on some of those videos that went viral are wild. Like, people obviously saying terrible things, but then just a lot of people like, this can't work. There's no way this works. All I know is it gets my heart rate up, I get out of breath, and I'm sweating by the end. So I also have lost links. With that though, I was watching what I ate. So it's not gonna work if you don't actually do the 30 minutes every day. But yeah, when I do the 30 minutes every day consistently, I lost 4 links. Would I ever move? So like I said, I live outside of Chicago. It's awesome living in the suburbs like that because you sort of get the best of both worlds. Like, I can easily pop downtown and do the city stuff. So many of our weddings in the summer are downtown, so I'm down there multiple times a week. I would move to New York in a heartbeat. It's still a dream of mine. It has been since like middle school. Still a dream. Would love to be able to move there. I do have thoughts now, like, can I move there with a kid? Ugh. Like, as a single mom, like, I just would need to be making an insane amount of money. But yeah, I would move, definitely. What else? And then just questions about like motherhood. What is like it been like? Somebody literally just said, is it hard being a single mom? Yeah, it's hard being a mom, period. And then on top of it, when you're doing it by yourself, yeah, it's definitely hard. Those were all the questions. Don't really know how to end this video. I'm still learning how to vlog and stuff. I also love watching other people's Vlogmas videos, and they're like 30 minutes long. And I'm like, how? Do you have 30 minutes worth of stuff? Like, I would have to literally be vlogging, chasing Amos around all day. And would that even be fun to watch? See, and this is the kind of stuff that happens. I start to like overthink things and talk myself out of it. And I'm trying really hard not to. So I'm telling myself, if it's a 9-minute video, it's a 9-minute video. I'm trying not to overthink this Vlogmas journey I'm on. I'm just putting the content out there. That's all I can do. So today is what did I call this? Get to know me. Today is my Vlogmas day 2, get to know me. And that's the content. And I need to not overthink it. I'm gonna bake some Christmas cookies and edit this and get it up before the end of the night for my Vlogmas day 2. If you're still here watching this, thank you so much. You're a real one and I appreciate you. I have lots of fun Christmas stuff planned throughout the month. So yeah. All right, I don't know how to end this. Subscribe if you haven't already, and feel free to like and comment. Ask me more questions if you want and I'll answer them. And stay tuned for the rest of Vlogmas. All right, bye guys.